Hey everyone, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I have these really nice, they're just 4-inch basic cork coasters. So we engraved it with a logo using our Glowforge. Now I did a couple things with this. So I set up my design to cut a jig and then engraved multiples at a time. So you'll notice a lot of times in my videos, I like to do one at a time and set focus. But in this video, I'm going to show you how I created a jig and how I manually put in the focus so that I had no distortion across the board. And I was able to do, I think I did 12 of these at a time. So I'm really excited about this. While you're here, why don't you go ahead and subscribe now so you don't miss any more uploads. Leave a like, a comment, and if you are thinking about getting a Glowforge of your own, you can use the link in the description to save up to $500 on a new machine.
Hey, you've got voiceover, Lisa, because apparently my microphone was on mute when I filmed this. So I'm in Silhouette Studio. This is a standard design that I made for my friend. I think I used Barlow font and a B file that I got from Design Bundles or somewhere. I'll link it in the description for you. So now just for the sake of convenience for me, I resized my workspace to be about what my workspace in Glowforge would be. And my cork circle, my round, is from Johnson Plastics Plus. You see I just checked the size in there. It's a 4-inch coaster, and it's 0.2, so a little less than a 1/4 inch tall. Now this one, you know, you can't resize it to fit on there, so I had to do like I think 12 to a sheet. So I set this workspace to be about 17 inches wide, and I believe it was 11 inches tall. That helps me kind of get as close as I can to fitting all of these within my Glowforge workspace without having to do too much adjusting after the fact. So you can see I just made a duplicate. The way I did that is you can press the Alt button on your keyboard while hovering over your object, and so your mouse will turn into a plus sign, and then you can, like, while holding Alt down, click and drag, and this is how you make a copy. So I'm literally just going through making copies. Sometimes I get pickier than other times on how I'm placing it, but I'm just putting it to fill in the space. You can see I'm grabbing both of these and copying 2 at a time to make it a little bit easier. So now I need to just kind of set it up to be optimized for my Glowforge workspace. So I'm just using the arrow keys to center it within there. And then now I'm holding down Shift and clicking on all of the inside parts. Part of this is going to be cut and part of it's going to be engraved, so they need to have different line colors. So you can see I went to the top left and I changed that line color to black, and then save selection, save to hard drive, and choose SVG as your file type. So it's saved and it's opening up in Glowforge now. So you can see I have cardboard in there. So I use Amazon boxes and break them apart. You can see I hit the 3 dots at the top and I set my focus. This helps me get the camera right. And now I'm just readjusting my little coasters within there, or the design at least. So you can see it still says focusing over in the top right. And now it says no artwork. That means we haven't chosen any cut settings. So we are going to cut, and I saved a preset in here for cardboard. So you can see I did speed 180 and 90 power. So that's going to cut the circles. And if you look in the top left, I'm ignoring the engraving. I'm not doing the engraving yet. I'm literally just doing the template for my coaster. So we're going to do that, and then we'll be right back. So now that we have our template done, I went ahead and put the coasters in. So immediately I went to the left, choosing where I just cut, and choose ignore for that. We don't need to cut those circles again. And now I'm using uncertified material, so I put in 0.2. So essentially I am telling the software what height it needs to be, and so the camera is not going to focus. I have manually told how far away it is.
So I'm going to go through and put in a cut setting for Cork. Now I did some testing beforehand. So I did my speed at 1000 and my power at 20. You can see I hit the little plus sign and I'm saving it. Now the reason why I'm manually setting focus is you can see now everything is circled in there. If you set focus in a certain area, because it's like a fisheye lens, you can get some distortion. So setting up the jig is important because those circles that you cut are where you put it in, and because this design came in at the same time, nothing's moved. So you're physically setting the height and then the design will go right in place. So when you make a jig, you want to be able to have that spot to kind of line it up for the circles. Now this is going to process a while. Because this is an engrave and it's technically engraving a large area, it will take a decent amount of time. I believe this print took about like an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. It looks really great. I'm going to go ahead and stop this voice recording because it's kind of boring to see it prepare the print and I've stalled long enough. But it was about an hour and 15 minutes and this engraved like a decent area. If you look, like there's a lot of detail. So let's do that. I'll show you the time lapse and then we'll see the finished product. Okay guys, so here is our final product. I have like 20 of these, so I'm not gonna hold them all up. But a really, really nice engrave. So this is using my speed at 1000 and I did 20 for my power. And you can see as I hold them up, they're all aligned really well and right in the center. So I was able to do this by setting up my jig, setting up the outline of my object within my software, and then it just engraved right in the middle. So if you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you get notified when I upload. And again, if you're thinking about getting a Glowforge of your own, you can use the link in the description to save up to $500 on a new machine.